All right, I want you guys to go support Piston Mike. Y'all go to the subscribe button. He at 480 right now. Let's get him to 1,000, 100,000, 500,000, million subscribers as soon as possible, bid. Let's help him put it down. Make sure you go over there and subscribe. If you like the Pistons, you want to support me, think about sending me a donation. Best way you can help me right now is go subscribe over to Piston Mike and go help him get his numbers up, putting in work, hard work, smart work, dedicated work, consistent work. So make sure you go over there and appreciate that work. So remember, the name is Piston Mike, and I have a link in the description. If you have a problem finding it on YouTube, it'll be under source link or Piston Mike channel link in the description. Peace. All right, man. Let's talk about Quandre Diggs. Okay, he said he told Penisa Will, one of them was mic'd up, that the city gonna love him, and Detroit is a great place. So if you didn't know, he is a free agent. Seattle's having some cap space issues. They pay Russell Wilson all that money. Now Wilson is talking about leaving. You know, he was trying to leave last offseason, then renege. And that's what happened when you get all that money as a quarterback. And that's why New England has so much success, because Tom Brady took less money, and Tom Brady wasn't hurting for money. He was the ultimate team player. And his wife, Griselda is a world famous model, has more money than him. So, he wasn't really hurting for the bag. But but that's why most places go down. That's why you gotta win with quarterbacks while they're young and they on that rookie contract, and especially now that they didn't took the money from the rookies, and put a cap on there. Um but yeah, should the Lions consider bringing Quadre Biggs back? Now a couple things probably has to happen here. Gotta ask yourself what's going on with ask yourself what's going on with Tracy Walker, and then also, they said Will Harris did really good at cornerback, so he may transition there, may just be a depth guy. Um, excuse me. The Marlowe kid is solid as well too. So you got some questions there, and also you're pretty high in the draft. You can go to number one if Jacksonville lose, or the farthest you can fall is 1, 2, 3, number two. Okay, so but you got to ask yourself, you bring in Quadre Diggs, he'll be 29 in a couple days. That's not old. How much will it take? Is Seattle going to franchise tag him? Or they going to pay him? They pay a lot of money to Jamal Adams too, and they historically really just care about they really love safeties too. So, like I said, you also in the position. You also in the position to get Kyle Hamilton, which I think is one of the most talented guys in the draft. Now, the rule of thumb is not to go up there and draft a safety that high. Maybe they move down a little bit and take him, but he's the goods. Okay, he's definitely the goods, man, and and I think he's worth it. So that doesn't eliminate them from taking Quadre Diggs. You got to ask yourself how much it's going to cost to bring in Mr. Diggs, and how much it's going to cost to keep Tracy Walker here. That's the $1 billion question. That is the question that needs to be answered. So so if Walker gonna command a lot of money, or you gonna say, what, we're gonna pass up on Hamilton, do we like somebody else later? But Hamilton, I say this, Hamilton is so talented, it's hard to pass up on him. And he is better to me. I'm not saying he's gonna be more impactful, but talent wise, he's better than the projected top two picks in and Thibodeau and Aiden Hutchinson. And I love local guys, but I'm just speaking facts. What he do on the field, he can play corner, he can play the deep half. He can play in the box. If he take better angles, he'll be perfect in the run game. He can rob. He can play single high. He can, take away those Gronkowski type of athletic tight ends. He can take over the slot. They said if he played corner predominantly, he would be an all-pro corner. So that type of talent, you got to ask yourself then, if we like him that much, if we can get him, that's the question, because free agency comes after the draft in the NFL. Then the NBA comes before. So you got to ask yourself, if we are moved down or we going to stay put, do we take this kid, and do we pair him with Quadre Diggs? Do we pair him with Walker? Or do we say, no, the the impactfulness is not there, that high, and we don't know if we're going to be able to move down and get him. So do we say, hey, look here, man, we just pair Quadre and Tracy Walker back, or do we say we just try to get another corner in the draft? A lot of questions to be asked on this front, but if you had to ask me, I probably would say you look at Tracy Walker real quick. He's a kid, you know. Also, I forgot. Also, that factors in that. Do you believe Jeff Okudah can come back and contribute at safety? He's 26 years old. He'll be 27 pretty soon. So the age difference ain't the age difference ain't as big a gap as you probably think it would be there. So, um, Quandre he bring a hard hitting safety in the box. He brings somebody that can play nickel, can play the deep half. We know what he bring a little shorter, but he got picks this year. 5. He playing pretty well, and he gonna assist you in the run game as well too. So we know he can be a part of that takeaway defense that had a lot of takeaways. And some people think takeaways is luck. Some people think it's technique. Some people think it's a little bit of both. But you got to ask yourself, you know, Okuda too. Can Okuda because you think at the cornerback position, do they bring Amani Ararie back is the question. I think he got one more year on his deal. Do we sign him now or do we flip him? That's another thing. Do you flip him? Do you feel confident enough in Price and AJ Parker? Do you feel confident enough in those guys, to say, drafting ability, to say we don't really need a number one guy there? That's a question. And then you flip them. I know his 49ers need some corner help. The Jets can use some corner help. Do you flip him? Like I said, there's some guys that they can flip. Jerry Jacobs, you got some talent there. You ask yourself, Romeo Corey, you got to show he get healthy, but you got, I think Williams, Swift is a guy you think about flipping. I don't know, y'all hate to say that, but uh and Amani Ararie, if they don't want to pay him, I think they should pay him. You got a few guys that you can turn into more capital. Don't forget, you might be getting 3 or 4 or 5 additional compensatory picks. 3rd, 5th, and like 6 might be the strong one. So you can add more icing on your cake as far as capital wise. If you feel like you can't get, a quarterback that you want with the second first round pick, he won't be there in the second. You can take those guys and get more capital. The Jets love a guy like Amani Ararie, and they love a guy like DeAndre Swift to go with Michael Carter. The Giants can use talent. You know what I'm saying? Could you flip Saquon to Detroit? You might could. So it's a lot of things to be asked yourself, but also Jeff Okudah, the mystery of Jeff Okudah playing cornerback. Do you feel like you look at Jeff and say, man, do I still believe Jeff can be our number one guy? If you believe so, if you believe it's Price, if you believe it's Parker, if you believe it's Jerry Jacobs, if you believe it's Malafanu, then cool. You got a lot of young corners there, but you need that veteran in that lineup. So even if you was to add a Stingley somehow, some way, you need that veteran in that lineup. So, if you ain't gonna play a Mario Raurier and you can't come to terms, you don't want to pay him, you gotta flip him. That's a fact. You gotta flip him. Now and later, it can help you now. So, like I said before, I'm on the point of paying him and him, being the number one guy because you got a lot of young guys behind him. But can Okudah still be the guy corner? Can he go to safety? If he can go to safety, then you wouldn't really tie a lot of long term money up in Diggs or Walker. You probably say a 3-year deal, and Okudah could take over. I tell you, Kyle Hamilton is a guy that's really special, and I'm not sure they could pass him up. But like I said before, they should pass him up. And I know the impactfulness doesn't match the pick, but sometimes you got to get a talent. And I think if it's medicals and this background check out, you know what I'm saying, I think you can have a future star. Somebody said Harrison Smith. I see more than Harrison Smith. I seen a guy that literally has a perfect grade by some scouts at the cornerback. I seen a versatility. I see somebody like Quandre with a little bit more versatility to kick out. And the kid is big, 6'4", um, so like I said before, I just see the superstar talent, bro. And I see a lot of pass rushers that you can get later in that draft, like David Ajabo. You can trade up in some of the picks I said. But, if I had to be honest, man, I'd probably keep Swift and Craig Reynolds together. That's what I would do because Ibuchi keep fumbling. So I'll probably keep Swift and Craig Reynolds together. And if I don't want to pay Amani Ararie, you got to make a move now. Who else I say? Jamal Williams. Way Craig Reynolds running, might not need him. But you got him for the cheap, so you can turn that into some capital. So it's going to be interesting to see who goes and how Jeff Okudah is progressing because if Okudah can go to safety and get some mental reps and get in there, he might be pretty good. But if my overall game plan would be this, man, like I said, it's not a big age gap. Depending on what Walker want. My priority is guys that want to be here. And obviously, Quandre Diggs was traded for nothing. He wanted to be here. Walker wanted to be here. And like I said before, I think my priority would probably be Walker because he already here. get him in a good contract. I would draft Hamilton and see where I got with Jeff Okuda down the line. So just my opinion on that. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Check the Detroit Lions Talk playlist out. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, my social media link subscription. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. For more videos like this. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313. Roll at the bottom of the screen. Both of the usernames, not links. Usernames are in the description. PayPal link is in the description. You want to financially donate that way. Appreciate the love, support. Best way to donate, comment, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button, the bell icon button. Hit on notifications. Appreciate the chance notifications. You go live, drop a video. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you girls and guys think about the safety position situation.